Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Summerhour. We start off with your top stories brought to you by Nevada Hand's Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. Happy New Year, everyone. Las Vegas celebrated the start of 2022 Friday night with a massive fireworks show on the Strip and parties along Fremont Street.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This year's New Year's festivities happened as 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts threatened the return of America's Party on the Strip, and as other events nationwide were canceled or altered due to COVID concerns. But at midnight, the Great Pyrotechnic Show launched from the tops of Strip casinos, with crowds all bundled up in the cold. And the Fremont Street Experience hosted its own 80s and 90s themed dance party. All in all, Las Vegas made sure that 2022 started off with a bang. In more news, detectives are looking into 2 men arrested in connection to 2 separate homicides on New Year's Eve. Jordan Ruby and Jasani Carter were both booked on murder charges and held without bail following their initial court hearings. The first homicide occurred Friday at the Fashion Show Mall parking garage around 1:30 p.m. And then about 4 hours later, someone at Palace Station Casino was shot at in an attempted robbery, but was uninjured. The second fatal shooting was also at Palace Station. Police say additional charges could come soon. Anyone with information regarding these shootings can contact Metro. And the late former Senator Harry Reid will lie in state at the Capitol Rotunda on January 12th. The former Senate Majority Leader is believed to be the first Nevadan to receive this honor. Reid died December 28th after a battle of pancreatic cancer. He was 82 years old. And with the start of the new year, we will have some new laws taking effect. Review Journal's Jen Ah has the list of some major ones. Jen?
Renee, let's start with the ban on the sale or possession of untraceable weapons, which passed last session and is set to take effect with this new year. 2 other significant new laws deal with elections. One replaces the state's presidential caucuses with primaries. The other makes mail-in voting permanent. Disabled voters will also be able to vote and register electronically, the way overseas military voters currently do. As for non-election related laws, manufacturers and food establishments will now be able to sell products containing hemp, and LGBTQ-owned small businesses will be eligible for additional assistance and protection from discrimination. In education, college athletes will now be able to earn money from endorsements. To learn more about these new laws in detail, head over to lvrj.com. Renee?
Sports, sponsored by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app and get a bonus up to $100 when you sign up. Survive and advance. That was the mentality the Raiders had going into their Week 17 matchup versus the Colts, and that's exactly what happened. Once again, the Silver and Black depended on the legs of kicker Daniel Carlson to secure the 23-20 win in Indy on Sunday, but it was Derek Carr's ability to find wide receiver Hunter Renfrow that set them up for success. With 50 seconds on the clock, Carr was under pressure, but was able to escape the pocket to find a diving Renfrow, who was rolled down near the 25-yard line. That play put the Raiders in scoring position and allowed them to run down the clock. Raiders improved to 9-7 and are 1 win away from the postseason. Sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. Sportsbooks had a solid winning NFL Sunday thanks in large part to the Raiders' 23-20 upset of the Colts as 8.5-point underdogs and plus 320 on the money line. Favorites went 8-6-1 against the spread, but books also won big on the Cardinals' 25-22 outright upset of the Cowboys as 6.5-point underdogs. The Jets delivered another big win for the books when they covered as 14.5-point underdogs in a 28-24 loss to the Buccaneers.
In your lifestyle news, sponsored by Glittering Lights at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the late Hall of Fame coach John Madden is honored across the country at NFL venues on Sunday. This included Lucas Oil Stadium, where the Raiders defeated the Colts. There was a video tribute and moment of silence prior to kickoff. However, Raiders receiver Deshaun Jackson posted on social media saying the NFL took issue with his cleats honoring the former Raiders coach. He wrote that he was told he'd be removed from the game if he kept them on. He wasn't seen wearing them during the second half of the game. Now it's time to take a look at your local weather forecast for the Las Vegas Valley. A chilly start to your New Year work week. Sunny conditions are forecasted this Monday with a high of about 52 degrees. Calm winds tonight, partly cloudy skies, light winds, lows around 34 degrees. For the rest of the week, sunny conditions will remain all week long. We will increase our daytime highs as the week goes on, 60 degrees by Wednesday, staying in the low 60s until the weekend. Evening lows also increasing to the low 40s starting Wednesday. In your business news, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability, CES is coming to town this week, and organizers are stressing the COVID safety measures that will be in place for the trade show. More than 2,000 companies will be there to exhibit, though dozens have backed out due to COVID concerns. Vaccines are required to attend, as well as masks. Free COVID-19 rapid testing will also be available. The latest measure officials have announced is that CES will close a day early on January 7th. Now to your health news. Pfizer's pill to treat COVID at home is being offered here in Nevada now, but it's primarily for patients in long-term care and skilled nursing facilities, and that's because supplies are scarce. Nevada's initial supplies are enough to treat 480 patients, but more is expected once the company begins producing more. University Medical Center received enough for 40 patients, which it will prioritize for those at risk of developing severe COVID. One medical expert from UNLV described the drugs as, quote, an important step forward. In your entertainment news, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada, the audience got a big surprise last week at Bruno Mars's show at the Dolby Live when Usher joined him on stage, and the big star teased some very big news. Review Journal's John Katzlamidas tells us what's coming.
Usher showed up unannounced and unbilled at Bruno Mars' show at Dolby Live at Park MGM on Thursday night, and that's not even the biggest news. After the two performed a couple of songs together, Bruno Mars told the crowd that Usher will be in residency at Dolby Live next year. So look for a summertime residency from Usher moving over from the Coliseum, probably opening in July.
Thank you for watching 7 at 7 a.m. I'm Renee Summerhour. If you have a Roku device, search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here later today for 7 at 7 p.m. from the Las Vegas Review Journal. Have a great day.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.